Let's go back to the beginning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day you're listening to this or watching this. It is the one and only JR, aka Manager 13. You're now tuning into a brand spanking new episode of the Room 013 podcast. This is part 2, the continuation of Coming Clean, part 1, part 2, actually. So let's catch you back up to speed for episode. Before that episode, actually, I messaged one of the people that I was talking about in the episode, Bayon. We're gonna call her Bayon. So I messaged her to see if she's gonna respond, to tell her what I was talking about in the episode. So towards the end of the episode, she responded back, and while I was recording and filming for the episode, we were engaging and going to pick up back where we left off. And Coming Clean is just about not necessarily and like if you watched and listened to the whole of episode 1, not episode 1, the previous episode, like I said, it wasn't anything that was bothering me at night and that was keeping me up, late at night, because it wasn't. Honestly, it was just like, these things that people never heard, people don't know. So I'm just gonna let them know. And however they respond to it, that's how they respond to it. If they accept whatever I'm saying, let them accept it. If not, then let it be. But I'm just, letting it out the system, letting it out. So anyway, let me go back to the message. Let me pop the message up. For those of you that are at home or wherever you are, if you are watching via YouTube or Twitch or wherever you're watching this, I'm going to pop this up on the screen for you to see the conversation. And those of you listening audio, I'm going to go ahead and read the DM. So 12:39, before the 12:39, while I was recording, before I started recording, I said hi. An hour later, she responded back, hey. I responded, how are you doing, Bayon? I'm doing well. And you? Me. That's great to hear. I'm doing well, Bayon. What made you hit me up? Me. Because I was in the midst of doing a podcast and the subject was about coming clean about things from the past. And I thought of you actually a few random times in the past years. And then she responds. Here's her response. Coming clean about what though? Now, let me take that off the screen. So like I was telling y'all, that night I had texted her, invited her out. I didn't go down there to meet her. I spent that night in the later evening and the morning with some other females. And yeah, so that's what happened. And now you're going to go ahead and pop up on the screen. And again, I'm going to read it for y'all, those that are here listening. I'm going to show y'all the, there we go. Where we at with it? Bang. We're going to pop up the message. And we're going to rewind that back and click play. So, as you can see, she asked me coming about what? I'm like, I'm not sure if you remember, but way back when, that time when we were talking. Hold up. Yeah, I said, I'm not sure if you remember, but way back when, the time we were talking, and I invited you out to be with me and my friends at the nightclub. The nightclub I was telling you about, the nightclub was fire. I don't even know if it's still around. But to be with me and my friends at the nightclub in Hell's Kitchen, come on, this video's going slow, but figure out listening. It was a long time ago. So I understand if you don't remember. Then She replies, yes. So she remembers. And then I replied, but I had told you to come out. And when you got there, I ignored you like an asshole. And she was like, her response was, no, I remember. She remembers. So, and I said, I didn't come down. I didn't come downstairs to get you. I just wanted to say I apologize for that, and it was really, really messed up. She says, "Yeah, I remember." So, like I said, she got the memory going down, packed and everything, and like I said, this wasn't some shit that was keeping me up at night. And then I responded, I was young and immature, and I was already occupied with some other person that I randomly met there at the moment. So boom. So now it's like she didn't know that. So I'm telling her right now, I was with the Cambodian trio. The Cambodian trio. I don't even know. I can't remember their names. Cambodian trio. So we're gonna call them that. And yeah. And then she goes, this is her response now. Um, she says, oh wow, I'm hearing you typing. I said, and I chose to be with them over you. I just wanted to say I'm sorry and I apologize. You know what I mean? So I said after uh currently this afternoon. And yeah, man. So that's one person. I could find Joshua Fofi. I mean, it ain't no Joshua already knew. He already fucking where we at? Joshua already knew. Let me take this shit off. Yeah, Joshua already knew I smacked Turan's ass. Turan ain't know, so I'm gonna hit up Turan, let her know. Be like, boom, Turan. So, but let me understand. Like, obviously back then I didn't have no fucking. There was no fucking social media. There was definitely I don't know. Was there like fucking? I remember there was a beeper. I remember beepers was a thing. Two-way pages. There was no fucking cell phones with cameras and shit. So there was no way for me to take a picture of her butt. And that was like, you know what I mean? But for those of y'all that's watching on YouTube, Twitch, or wherever, here is hold up. Screen went to sleep. Boom. That is Turan, man. Now this is her now. And her shit was like that back in the day. It was a little bit smaller, but this shit got bigger. And so I'm gonna hit her up, see what's good with her, see how she's doing and everything. But yeah, you know what I mean. I just told her I didn't even think Bingo was gonna respond. That was when I did follow her. When I followed her on Instagram, and she followed me back. We didn't even like that message was the very first message I messaged her since we was following each other. Like, believe I posted a couple shit and she liked it, and then she posted a couple stuff and I liked it, but I never really said anything to her. I did comment on one of her pictures when she was at a Knicks game. Yeah, she was at a Knicks game and she was like in the suite or some shit like that. And I was like, oh, I think she got them tickets for free or some shit like that. So that's that. You know what I'm saying? And um, going back to coming clean about things. There's one more person that like right now I can think of one more person. So back in 2013. 2013, right? I remember I was on fucking, I think I was on Fordham Road. And when I was on Fordham Road, I seen an old friend, a very, very old friend of mine. And couldn't think of what their name was at the time because when I seen them, I just didn't want to be like, I don't remember what their name was. I seen them. There was shopping. They went to fucking Star Drug. There was this place called Star Drug, a pharmacy. I was coming out of there, and they was coming, and I seen them. I was like, hold up, I remember them. I didn't recognize. I couldn't come up with the name. So then, as I'm walking down the street, I remember I was like, oh shit, that was Sean. Now Sean, again, Roberto Clemente. I don't remember his last name. It was Joshua, John and Joshua brothers. John Fofi and Joshua Fofi. They were brothers. William. His name was William. Will. He was always ashy. Always ashy. Like, I didn't know people's heads could be ashy. Like, he was always ashy. Anyway, so him and I think there was somebody else. I think it was either Michael Nichols or Jared. But anyway, we all was walking home from school, right? And we fucking stopped at Rite Aid. We stopped at Rite Aid for food. This is what we want. We went to stop at Rite Aid. These motherfuckers wanted some CDs. Blank CDs, right? We go in there and nobody was going to buy CDs. You get where I'm going with this, right? The plan was to steal some CDs. We go in there. This motherfucker, I think it was either John or Josh. They looked right up in the dome. Like, you know them domes that got the mirrors? Y'all know there's cameras in there. This motherfucker looks up at the camera. You just looking up at the dome shit. And I'm like, yo, y'all motherfuckers is making it hot. And this motherfucker, one of them, grabbed the CDs and put it in. I think it was Will's book bag. Or Fofi's Josh book bag, one of the book bags. So they was in, we walking around in the aisles and shit. And then I'm like, yo, we gotta go, man. Fucking, it was my idea to get out first. I'm like, yeah, no, we can't all exit at the same time. It's just let's act like we're not together. But obviously, we went in there. We was kids. Like, they know we together. You know what I mean? Like 5 black kids rolled up in there. It was like 5 or 4 of us. I exit out across the street, and I'm waiting for him. But in my peripheral, I knew when I was walking out, somebody was on the side, and they was coming this way. So when I seen him, I just kept walking. I walked across the street. Boom, I'm waiting. Then I seen William come across the street. Boom, we waiting. And then I see like a commotion at the fucking windows right there at the door. And then these motherfuckers got caught. So we standing there waiting. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? And it was starting to rain. And it was like a little after 4. And I was like, yo, bro, I'm out. I was like, yo, I'm out. I ain't trying to go to jail. I got to go get my sister from the after school program. So I had to go get my sister from that after school program. I was like, yo, if I don't pick her up, I'm getting my ass beat. I'm going to jail. I'm getting my ass beat. Because it was my responsibility to get my sister from school. So I'm like, yo, well, I'm out. Boom. I'm running. It's raining. I'm running up the block. I'm out. I left the motherfuckers out there. I left them motherfuckers out there. I was out. You know what I mean? I went to the school, got my sister, made it back home. And then I'm fucking, and said, I'm home. I'm thinking like, yo, what's going on with you? Man, I don't know what happened. I didn't have Will's number. The only person's number I did have was Joshua and John. They're the brothers. I had Joshua and John's number. So I called them. Nobody answered the phone. You know what I mean? So I waited later in the day. So then I took the phone, grabbed the phone and go in the bathroom. pull out the long umbrella. I pull out the antenna. You have that shit. Pull out. Oh, shout out to that belt guy. Like my story on TikTok. Follow me on TikTok at minute013. So anyway, I'm going to the bathroom. I pull out the phone, close the door. I'm sitting on the edge of the tub. I'm talking. Yo, what happened? What happened? They answered this time. I'm like, yo, what happened? They was like, man, you know what happened. I'm like, what you mean? He was like, man, you know what happened. You left us, man. We went to the police station. And I'm like, yo, I told you. Yo, it was a bad idea to go doing that shit. Or 4 or 5 before was walking up in there like that. Like, yo, man, you left us, man. You know what happened? We got in trouble, man. They called the cops came. They took us to the police station. Nigga, I was shitting. I was like, yo, because at that moment, I'm like, yo, man, if I go to jail, you know what I mean? I'm a little kid. I'm like, yo, I ain't trying to go to jail. I gotta get my sister. I was like, yo, I ain't scared of the fucking police. My parents, my sister, I was like, yo, I don't want nothing to happen to my sister. I was like, yo, I gotta go to the school. I gotta go and pick her up. So from down Morse Avenue, Grand Concourse, I fucking bolted from there all the way to fucking, I don't even know the street, CS 126. I went all the way over there. I had to go get my sister. I was like, damn, that shit was crazy. And it was raining too. That shit was like a movie. I was running down the hill. I was on Anderson. Now, you know, Anderson and Shakespeare, long ass hill. For those, yeah, that's in the Bronx. Anderson and Shakespeare is long as hell. So it was like a movie. And then when I went up, I was running. I was like, fucking hill had like the fucking gravel. The ground was like all cracks and shit. So it looked like stepping stones in the rain. And it was like glistening and shit. And I was just out, bro. I was like petrified. So I had to do what I had to do, bro. You know what I mean? Like that was, looking back at it now, like somebody should have been smart and say, yo, why don't we just buy the CDs? Well, I don't even know who the fuck was burning CDs. I think it was me. I think they found out I could burn CDs. But yo, somebody should have been like, yo, no, let's not do this. And John was like the oldest. He was the oldest out of everybody. So he should have been like, yo, but nah, them motherfuckers was wild. And somebody like stealing CDs. Nah, I'm not trying to go to jail. Nope. So Josh and John Fofi say, I remember I seen one of y'all 10 years later. No, on 125th. It looked like when y'all grown up. And you know what's crazy? I can't find them on social media. Maybe think I'll make me wonder if they dead or like in jail or something. But I'll probably look them up. But I just was like, man, I'm not trying to go to jail with that bullshit. I had to get my sister. You know what I mean? I don't even, my moms, ain't nobody knew about that. I kept that on low. I was like, yo, niggas was really trying to steal and fucking write it. And it's crazy. That's some crazy shit. But shout out to Josh and John Fofi. Shout out to Truth and Light. Miss Yador. John Skelton. John Skelton was with us too. Yeah. John Skelton was with us too. I remember now. It was me, John, Josh, and Will. Yep. I was trying to figure out who the other person was. I know it was like 5 of us. Yeah, that shit was crazy. If any of y'all ever had like an experience like that, let me tell you, I was scared. I was like, nah, I'm not going down like this, not like this. And then you know what's crazy? Like, once again, that's another incident with Josh. Like I told you, the first incident, I smacked Turan's ass and Josh got blamed for it. And yeah, we was just always getting into some shit. So shout out to Josh. Wherever you are, man. I hope you're doing good, bro. And your brothers, and your sister and your mom. I think his mom, I seen his mom 6 years later. This was like after middle school. Years later. This was like after I moved. Like after high school, it was years after high school. Then I went down. I went down to this barbershop. She was doing she was braiding at the barbershop. And I told her, I was like, I know your sons. But I don't remember what the conversation was after. I did tell her I remember her sons. And that barbershop I used to go to in the when I was a baby. There was this Jamaican barbershop. This Jamaican barber. He looked like Bob Marley. That's what I could describe him as. People always say, "Oh, all Jamaicans like Bob Marley." He looked like Bob Marley, and he remembered me. I told him he remembered me. But yeah, man, it's a crazy time. But that's all I got for today's episode, man. I just had to conclude part 2 from the continuation. So I always say, don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day you're listening to this, whatever time of day you're watching this. It's the one and only JR, aka Minister 13. And yeah, I'm out. Make sure you tell your loved ones that you love them too. Make sure. Deuces.